Hello everybody, Kristi Isais here, the new construction realtor in the Arizona area. I want to go over today about moving from California to Arizona. Now, lots of you probably don't know, but I actually moved from California myself about 6 years ago, and I lived in Southern California, sunny San Diego. So I can tell you from experience exactly why I moved here and why you might want to too. Okay, before we jump in, guys, if you don't mind, please hit the like button below, the subscribe, and the notification bell so that when I drop more content in the future, you are the first to know about it. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. Number one, it's less expensive here. Like it's a huge decrease in cost of living by living in Arizona versus California. Now, an average home in Arizona is less than $300,000. The average home in California, you're looking at more than $440,000. If you look at groceries in California, about $125 in groceries in California is about $100 here in Arizona. Same with property taxes. Our property taxes are just crazy low. When I lived in San Diego, my property taxes were about $4,600 per year for a very old 1950s home that I had to remodel. Now, my home here is less than 2 years old, and my property taxes are about $2,200 a year for a 2,500 square foot home in a really nice area. So you can tell that's about half for property taxes. Here also in Arizona, we don't, our employment tax is little to none. Our sales tax is extremely low. I would say on average from probably 6 to 8%. In California, I remember living there and getting my paychecks and looking at them and being like, is this it? Because you would have extremely high state tax. You would have excise tax. You would have, all of these extra taxes. When you really look at that, it really brings your hourly rate down pretty drastically, and it's not fun. It's just so much more affordable to live here than California. And number two, living in Arizona, it's less crowded here. We have about every square mile, there's about 63 people in Arizona. In California, it's about 251 people per every square mile. So you can do the math, 251 versus 63. It's a pretty big difference in population. So you're not gonna feel as crowded, you're not gonna have as much traffic, you're not going to be going to these events and feeling, like a tuna can. It's definitely a little bit more spacious, gives you some elbow room to kind of spread out a little bit. And also, with that being said, Arizona has a ton of land that's still preserved, a lot of open and nature. So it just gives you that feel where you can really just kind of exhale. Okay, number three, you can still have an amazing lifestyle living here. We have some of the nation's best hiking here. I mean, you can hike desert. You can hike mountains. We have the Grand Canyon here. We have SEDONA. So we have a lot of really cool hiking areas that we're actually very widely known for. We also have about 6 different lakes within an hour drive. We have some of the world's best healthcare here. Things like that people actually flock here for. We've got great golf. We have over 300 days of sun every year. So we've got some awesome resorts that a lot of the residents that live here will do staycations and go and enjoy these beautiful resorts and have the pool time and the spa time. And we're very widely known for that as well. So without all of that fancy stuff, we also have really amazing culture. We have lots of things to do downtown in the nightlife scene, and we have the arts scene, and we have orchestra and ballet and symphony, and even some really cool equestrian activities around the valley as well. So we're very diverse in what we have to offer here. So I really think that once you start diving into some of the details, you really, it's not just this big open desert with nothing to do. There's actually quite a bit to do here. Okay, number 4, there is a plethora of opportunities for road trips from the Phoenix metro or Arizona areas. We've got trips, you can do day trips, you can do weekend trips, very easily accessible. So you can, we've got Prescott, which is about an hour north of here, which very much resembles San Diego in the climate and the The geography is very beautiful there. Flagstaff about 2 hours north. We have Rocky Point, Mexico about 3.5 hours south. You can get to the ocean, to the beach. And there's just a plethora of opportunities for, you know, some really fast road trips and the ability to kind of vacation within Arizona or close to Arizona. So that's another huge perk to living here. Okay, number 5 is that Arizona is an amazing place for our economy and our job growth. We were number 3 in the nation for job growth, and we are continuing to see some remarkable moves on that scale. We have some really great programs for businesses moving in that have some really great incentives. You know, coming from California to Arizona, you're going to be taxed less, you're going to be regulated less, and there's some really great incentives for businesses moving in. So definitely something to check into. It's a very landlord-friendly state. So as far as investing money here to, you know, have either multifamily units or even single-family units that you rent out, whether it be long-term or short-term, we have so many, you know, opportunities here with a very great, you know, positive cash flow situation. Jobs, economy, growth, investment purposes, it's definitely a perk to Arizona. Okay, and number 6, you are still so close to California. You are anywhere from 4 to a 6 hour drive to get to California, depending upon where you want to go in California. And anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half flight. We've got Sky Harbor International Airport. We have the Mesa Airport over in the East Valley, but we also have a kind of a private jet suite in Scottsdale. It's Fly JSX, and they have some really cool pricing for some smaller charter planes flying in and out to the West Coast, and a lot of people are really enjoying them because it is more of a private jet feel and it's super affordable, so definitely something to consider. But like I tell people, you bring your money over here, you have a better quality of life, then you get to go on vacation in California and do all these other things and have just a better quality of life. So definitely something to consider. You're close to California. You can go there multiple times a year, whether you fly, you drive, whatever you want to do, and you can actually enjoy yourself when you're there. Okay, now number 7, and this is a really, really cool one that I love talking about. So some jobs and professions will actually pay you the same in Arizona as they do in California. Now you need to do your research, and this is what I did when we moved here. Prior to me being in real estate, I was in the medical field for 13 years. And I wanted to know what was the average salary. You know, I knew what I was making, and I checked the average salary in San Diego, California, where I was working. And then I also checked the average salary in the Phoenix metro area. So I knew essentially where my pay would be on an average scale, and it was literally just sliding across the board. It was the same. So it was a really great move for us and our family. And what I've seen across the board is in Arizona, we have great paying jobs in the medical, the technology, and in the finance industries. We seem to really have those high pay rates where you can basically pick up your salaries and bring them right over here. So, but like I said, do your research. What I highly recommend is going to this website. It's called bls.gov. You can go there and you can check salaries per profession and per metropolitan area. So definitely check out that website. You might be farther ahead than you think. Okay, and number 8, and this is one that just I like to talk about because in California, you know, it's technically and in all historical purposes, it's a blue state. It's very much a democratic state. And in Arizona, it's very much a conservative and a red state. So a lot of people that may not agree with the political standpoint of California, they may be flocking or fleeing to more of an Arizona, you know, conservative mindset for a place to live and raise their families. Now, I'm not going to get into that with you. It could be one way or the other. Now, I obviously moved from California to Arizona. It was the best move that I had ever done in my entire life. We've got such a wonderful quality of life here. I absolutely love it. But if you're still on the fence, you want some more information, I'm always an open book. You guys can always reach out to me at the contact information below. Definitely would love to help answer any of your questions. I do this all the time, and I love helping people from out of state. We can do tons of things virtually now, which makes it so much easier for all of us. But absolutely would love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out at any time, and take care till next time.